Hello YouTube, Beating from the bedroom here, your guitar junkie. Since I'm having a reunion with my guitars, I figured I'd bring this one out and show it off a bit. This is my Schecter. I think it's Sun Valley Shredder, something like that. This is, I believe, the African wood body. Nice cut down there. But Binga neck. Illuminating side markers. Original Floyd Rose with stainless steel hardware in the tremolo and in the nut, the screws in the nut so they don't rust. Schecter's humbucking pickups with stainless steel screws in that as well so they don't rust. And this is an ebony fingerboard with 24 stainless steel frets, and I believe this guitar I've had the longest out of all my guitars. Even though the Telly behind me is the oldest, this I've had the longest. I've had this for a couple of years. When I first came out, and I think it was when I first came out, I think they were like 9 and change, and I bought it at Christmas time, and there was such a sale at Guitar Center. Plus, if you live in the state of Florida, you don't get charged for tax and free shipping. So I paid close to between $700 and $800 for this guitar, brand new. So this is a keeper. It's my main player. It's my go-to guitar if I were to, you know, if I were still playing with my band, or if I went to play someone else's house, or open mic night, or another band invited me down to play with them. I bring this one because this is my everything comfortable go-to guitar. And so I'm just gonna, I'm gonna rock out a little bit with it, and I'm gonna dedicate this song to one of my best buds. I'll talk about him after I play. forgot that. One take beanie, so that's the way it's gonna be. I totally forgot the whole instrumental on that. I didn't know where I was going. Losing my mind, man. So I'm gonna have to start playing everything I've ever played nearly every day so I don't forget. So, back to the guitar. This is just a beast of a guitar. I don't have anything else that I could think of to really go crazy with. I have a Van Halen backing track, but I have a Van Halen guitar that I'm going to use the Van Halen backing track when I do that video, because it's all about being reunited with my guitars, having a nostalgical kind of week. So yeah, this guitar goes out to this video goes out to one of my best buds, a brother from another, professional musician, his entire life, newly retired, and I sent him a video. He sent me. We send videos back and forth. I sent him a video, and he sent back a reply, Mr. Funkman, and I was like, what? Maybe in my mind I consider myself a fusion player, even though I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything about music, theory, chords, scales, keys, nothing. I hear something and I try to imitate it as best I can on the guitar. I pretty much know my way around the fingerboard, up and down the neck, and yeah, sometimes I hit the wrong note, sometimes I'm in the zone. I could do no wrong. But for him to call me Mr. Funkman, I'm pretty satisfied with that, because I think he's the king of funk. He's the funk master. There's only two guys in the world that can play, that have funk in them, their natural ability to have funk come out of your playing. And that besides him, that the only other guy would be Joe Satriani, and I consider them both on an equal playing field, because they're both monster guitar players. They both could read music, and multi-talented, and his whole life his whole career was playing. And I don't know if he might feel funny about this, so I'll keep his name out of the video, because he's pretty well known, especially if you're from Long Island. So what had happened is he used to come over and jam with me, jam with my band, jam with my friends, and I would be watching him the whole time. I would pretend that I'm playing. Volume is off, and I'm just watching him. I'm absorbing everything he's doing like a sponge. And other than just jamming, I had other, musician friends that were professional musicians that used to just come over. Some of them I used to train, and in martial arts, and some of them they just I used to work out with some, and some just came over, and he came over one night. We're watching TV, we're hanging out, and it's getting late. The family's getting ready to go to bed, so he's like, I'm gonna get out of here. So I said, say hello to whoever his girlfriend was at the time, and he's like, oh, well, we split up, and they were sharing an apartment together. So I said, well, did she move out? He goes, no. And I said, where are you staying? And he just pointed to his car, and he said, my car. I said, what do you mean? He says, I'm sleeping in my car. I said, what? And I says, where's all your gear? And he says, my car. Yeah, I think he had a Chevy Citation at the time. And he's driving around, and he's always working. He's always doing gigs and teaching and doing this and that. And I was like, well, let's go get your gear. And he's like, what do you mean? I says, I have a spare bedroom. It's all yours, until you get yourself sorted out. And he stayed with me for 3 months, and he was always home for dinner, and then he you know he had gigs to do. He had teaching to do, and so for the 3 months he was with me, he doesn't realize it, but I learned a lot. What I do now, I learned a lot from him staying with me for 3 months, because every day we're hanging out and we got guitars, and my wife knows if a friend comes over and the friend is a musician, pretty much, you know, even if he comes over with his wife or family and we're going to hang out and have dinner, pretty much we're going to be picking up guitars at some point of that visit. So you know, he was there for 3 months, and every day we're playing, and I'm just getting everything I can out of him, taking full advantage of him staying there with me. And so yeah, I where I'm at now, the level that I'm at now, I'm where I am now because of him. And although, you know, I've got a couple of negative comments saying, oh yeah, nice guitar collection, maybe it's about time you learn how to play. I can't learn any more than what I'm doing now. I can't comprehend it. I don't have that ability. So I'm dyslexic. I have a problem with, I don't even know what scale I'm in, what chord I'm playing. I don't know what key I'm in. I hear it, and I find what I'm doing, and I make the best of it. That's all I could say. So yeah, I dedicate this to him, Funk Master, King of Funk, because it's only him and Joe Satriani that I'm aware of that could play rockin' funk guitar. And when I say he could play anything, like Joe Satriani and anyone else, any kind of music, he could play it. And so one thing I just remembered that he probably forgot about. He calls me up. It's a I think it was a Sunday, and no, I think it was a Friday night. Now that I think about it, and he's like, "Hey," he said. I answered the phone. He goes, "Oh man, I'm glad you're home." And I could barely hear him because of the commotion, audience in the background and whatnot. Excuse me. And he says, "I left my guitar at home." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." I turn around and I look, and here's the guitar in the case. Excuse me. Leaning against the wall in my living room, and I was like, "Oh man!" I said, "I can't believe it. How could you leave your guitar at home?" So I met him in the back of the gig, gave him the guitar. He may have forgotten about that, but we had a good laugh at the time. So fast forward to, I'd say, 2010, I think it was. I've been with my band for 10 years, Black and Blue. We're playing at the beach, and I bring everything because I had to play lead and rhythm guitar, and I had to sing. So I've got my amp, my half stack, my pedal board, my PA system, speakers, mic, cables, everything. I go to grab my guitar, plug it in, and it's not there. I call up my house, my daughter answers the phone. "Yeah, I'm glad you didn't leave yet. When you come, can you bring my guitar?" She's like, "Dad, how could you leave without your guitar?" That's like a carpenter going to build a house and not bringing his hammer. But it happens. So what happened to him happened to me. So when I see something like that happened to somebody, I try not to laugh too much, because you never know if it might happen to you. I then regret it and say, "Yeah, see? I told you. Have a good day, everyone, and better tomorrow." Come on.